Most students don't get the chain rule completely wrong. They almost get it right, and that's exactly what costs them points. Welcome to Math with Professor V. In this video, we're going to go through the most common chain rule mistakes so you can stop losing easy points on your exams. If you want to follow along, I have the blank templates for this video posted on my Patreon along with a lot of other resources. Now let's just jump right in. So here's a reminder of the chain rule formula, but let's just start working through some examples. Find the derivative of each function. And what I always think of is start on the outside, work your way in. Okay, so if we're going to differentiate f prime of x is going to be, starting on the outside, we have something, ignore all this for now, raised to the 7th. So you bring down the exponent, leave the something alone, subtract 1 from the exponent. Leave what's inside completely alone. Then, that's right, we're applying the chain rule, so I'm going to multiply by the derivative of what's inside. So derivative of e to the 3x, that's e to the 3x, and then this is the part that students often forget. You still have to multiply by a 3 since the exponent wasn't plain old x. Plus, derivative of 1 is just 0, so nothing pops up from there. And then now all our calculus is done. It's just a matter of let's clean this up. So 7 times 3, let's put 21 in the front, as well as e to the 3x, and then you have e to the 3x plus 1 to the 6th. Box that. That's our final answer. Good? Okay, let's look at the next example. Y equals x times sine of x squared. So yes, we need to use the product rule and the chain rule together. So y prime, the way I think of the product rule is each of these two functions, x and sine of x squared, take turns having their derivative taken. So say it's x's turn first. It doesn't really matter. Derivative of x is 1. Now you're going to leave sine of x squared alone. Plus, now x, it's not your turn. We already took your derivative. Okay, what's the derivative of sine something? It's cosine something. Don't take the derivative of what's inside yet. This is where a lot of students mess up. Then you multiply, applying the chain rule. Now it's time to multiply by the derivative of x squared, which is 2x. Very good. And then just scan through. Can we clean up? Not too much. This is sine of x squared plus 2x squared cosine of x squared. Box it and move on. Good job. Example 3, I see so many students mess up this problem and I want to stop that for you guys right now. So derivative of y equals secant of e to the 2x all raised to the 4th. So y prime or dy dx, remember start from the outside, work your way in. So basically just blur your eyes, don't even look at this too closely. We have something raised to the 4th. So you're going to bring that exponent down front, leave what's inside the parentheses alone, and subtract 1 from the exponent. So just rewrite exactly what's in there. Don't touch it. Secant of e to the 2x. Are we good? Okay, next layer. What's the derivative of secant something? This is the dangerous moment for a lot of students. Derivative of secant something is secant something tangent something. And then yes, you have to keep exactly the same argument inside the parentheses. I just call it something so you don't overthink it. So e to the 2x, e to the 2x. Are we done? No. This isn't just a plain old x, so you got to keep going. What's the derivative of e to the 2x? It's e to the 2x times 2. How are we doing? I know that one was spicy. Okay, and then let's just clean up. So we've got 4 times 2. We could put that in the front. So that's 8. And then e to the 2x, let's put that in the front with everybody too. And then notice here, this is secant of e to the 2x, and I've got 3 of them here, so really I've got 4 of them. So let's write secant of e to the 2x to the 4th. You could put the 4 right there as like an abbreviation, and then I just have that one lonely little tangent of e to the 2x. And that's everybody. Very good. Okay, last example, example 4, f of x equals natural log of x squared plus 1 over x. So yes, we're going to do quotient rule and chain rule together. Here we go, f prime of x. So for quotient rule, I remember this little rhyme. You have low d high, so low is denominator, d high derivative of the numerator. So derivative of ln something is going to be 1 over the something. And then you have to multiply by the derivative of the argument, the something, which in this case is 2x. So low d high. Now here's a dangerous moment for students. This x is technically in the numerator, but it doesn't really look like it when it's all the way down here. So what should we do? If you don't trust yourself, which, that's okay. Maybe you've been burned in the past. Put it over 1. That way you don't forget. We might as well put this 2x over 1 too, just so we don't risk any loss of points, right? Okay, low d high minus high numerator, d low, derivative of the bottom is 1, over low low. So square the denominator. Okay, now hopefully we're safe. 2x times x, that's all on the top. So that's going to be 2x squared over x squared plus 1 minus ln of x squared plus 1. And then this is all over x squared. Good? Okay, and then we can't leave our final answer like that because this is a complex fraction. We have an extra fraction in a fraction. So we have to multiply everything by that denominator that we want to get rid of. Top and bottom, that way you're just multiplying by 1. So we're totally allowed to do this. This will distribute. So we have 2x squared minus x squared plus 1 times ln x squared plus 1 over x squared times x squared plus 1. And no, you can't cancel these x squareds. That's illegal. The math police will come snatch you. So we're done. I would just box this and move on. Okay? Now, if you can recognize the layers, the chain rule becomes automatic, and you'll stop losing these easy points on exams. If you're in Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, or other math courses, I post full breakdowns like this every week on Math with Professor V, including full-length video lectures, exam review, and so much more. So make sure you're subscribed. I also have the blank lecture templates and additional practice on my Patreon if you want to work through these on your own. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, Math with Professor V, for more quick math help, and I will be back sooner than later. Bye, guys.